What a beautiful little gem. How about that? How ancient must this be? It's a Jouef model. HO, not HO00. Those were the days. I wonder if W&H Models Limited are able to weather the storm of the lockdown. Something tells me I might be in the wrong time zone here, because the price is £2.57. God, I'll tell you what, importing these from France, £2.57 would have been a lot. If you get my point, because they're imported from France, they wouldn't be cheap. It really came out badly. Anyway, meanwhile, a beautiful little Garden of Eden. And a bunch of little chickens. I miss my chickens. No time for chickens these days, by the way. And it is a Normandy cottage. And I think it's Normandy. Because Normandy and some parts of Brittany, over in beautiful France, have these very tight bands of woodwork. Unlike a lot of other places where they're much more open. And these are very sturdy buildings, consequently. Might look at a little bit of kind of old cottage architecture one of these days. Now isn't the time. So there we are with a totally different style of box art, which I think is really fantastically naive and beautiful. Brings me a lot of inner peace, that kind of thing. Anyway, and there's the model. Very, very simple stuff. Very different plastic. Very different way of laying the thing out. Very different sprue. This is all really refreshing. Sometimes you just get a bit jaded. And in times of a lockdown, fresh and new is kind of what you need every so often, isn't it? So I dug this one out. I've had it quite a while. Got another one somewhere of a cottage that's whitewash and plaster. Nice little windows. Flock for your little landscape. Weird fabric, obviously, to go behind the windows. And then a tube of what I can only imagine is glue and instructions on how to use it. Those were the days, weren't they? I get the impression from the shape of that thing that the glue has seen better days. Anyway, there it is. Well, one thing worth, where's my little pen? Sparkly purple. Look, on the sprue, here and there, brown paint. Doo-doo. Which means all the woodwork pre-painted, as you can see. But all the woodwork has been painted with a roller. I'm sure it was a machine roller, not some operative rolling away. But like I say, totally different. Everything about this is a new and very, very serene little world. Oh, and by the way, look, somebody started this at one point. Anybody remember the... oh, what was it? Oh, I can't remember. One of the interwar aircraft. One of the models, there was a part that you bend. Look, you bend the roof. Bending parts. Was it an old Hella model? Is this a French phenomenon? Wow. Hello, France. Enjoying your models and enjoying your cottages. Windows are on. All went in nicely. So that's the main parts. And a couple of spares. That, I suppose that roof is for the little outbuilding, so to speak. Not outbuilding, I don't know. Which means that roof, that door and those windows are spare. Always, always like a good spare. So perhaps one day I'll meet the model that utilises all of those parts. You never know. And there, my wonderful chums, is that strange, almost grease-proof paper for the windows. It was really good. Enjoyed that. Something new. Really good. Walls on. And here's the thing. Just visible. Small windows. Very small at the top there. I did wonder if they were actually sort of basement windows. But I said to myself, no, this has got this sign of an upper floor. There you go, like proper windows. So they're probably lighting the back side of the upper floor. And I checked on the part, the wall itself, and embossed in it was the number 3. So it's part number 3. And the orientation of the number, I said to myself, will suggest the way up it is. And there it is. Because there don't seem to be any instructions. And then I noticed that. That's the lid of the box. It's plastered in stuff. And there we are with the little windows. Hooray! Sometimes logic. Oh, Sherlock Holmes. Wouldn't he be proud? Sometimes logic works for you. Anyway, so the walls are on. It looks nice. That gable end's really nice. Give it a moment to settle. Then I put the roof on and a chimney, which is upside down. And in the end, you get all those spare parts. Whoops, can't get enough doors. So we're nearly there. And folks, that's it done. I'm not going to paint it because it's part painted. Out of sort of respect for it, because this is how it came. And so often I do muck about with models, I try not to. But this one deserves that hands-off approach. This is it as intended all those years ago. What a little beauty. A little bit of cleaning up to do. And of course the seam across the top there, or the split across the top there, isn't beautiful. But I will continue with my rambling. The point being that what I'm actually going to do is sit it somewhere where I can see it, like when I'm watching the telly or something, and then I can mull over what does and doesn't need to be done, because very often I can jump in and go all guns blazing, and then oops, switch the camera off, and then forget that. So I switched the camera off by mistake. Anyway, so I can go in all guns blazing, and then regret doing it. You know, you then see the model a couple of days later and you think, oh, a bit heavy-handed there, went too far. So this one deserves that moment of digestion. That's not a good word, is it? Contemplation. And then see what we'll do. So if I do anything with it, that'll be a part 2, won't it? Maybe I'll have a series of models in the end where I've backed off and gone, let's just leave it as it is for now. So a little bit of cleaning up with probably a nail file, I think. Something doesn't take a lot to get that edge of that thatch sorted. And one of the spare parts I realised was the doorstep. So that's that. I'm just looking around the base of the box now, and there's all this. Oh, I'd love to get my hands on that one. And I've got that one somewhere. That might be where the it's pretty much the same model, but it's got a second door. So I think that's where some of the spares will end up. They're a bit modern for my liking. What have we got? Nice little cluster, lovely little chapel. Some kind of swimming pool. block of flats. There's our little Normandy cottage, and that looks really rather nice, doesn't it? I'll have that one as well. And then on the base, smack the camera. Oops. Ooh, I want that one. And we'll come back to that. And again, another nice little bit more towards being a church. That's a nice hotel, possibly. Yep. Some modern stuff down there. But look at this. This. Let's get my shadow out of the way. Do a little zoom. Look at that. Watermill. Bridge. Little house. And it's made up of 3 separate models. How splendid is that? Well, I might take a trawl on eBay sometime. Hey, And while all that was going on, the little house was being tidied up and finished off. And then I went outside and the light was wonderful. And it is so small, it kind of needs propping up and things just to keep it on the level. You can't leave any scope at all for you know, a bit of wobble and it won't show. But anyway, there it is. It looks rather nice. It looks like a nice house. I could live in that, no problem. One problem that did show up though, once I had looked back at the film, is that top right window. The window frame itself has slipped. It's only been held up by that weird fabric. So I noticed and I repaired it. But anyway, there we are in context. It is a nice little model, that. You know, it needs a good paint job really to bring it to life, which I might do at another point. But there it is, and I do like it. There is a certain romance to these simple, older models, which I do enjoy, and which is in large part why I got back into modelling. So the simplicity is fine. I will be working on the other one very shortly, and I think I'm going to include it in this film. So we'll have that one. It's the same kind of plan, but quite different in detail. So it's not just a repeat performance. I'm aware of that. But there we have this little Jouef cottage. It would go well on, I'd say, even without, you know, additional stuff. It would go well on a model railway, that kind of thing. So it's good. I enjoyed it. Nice one. Here's the second one. It's exactly the same model, but without the I was going to say wood panelling. I don't mean that, do I? You know, the half timbered effect. But that's all right. It's a nice addition to a little world that is building up. So we'll do this one. Hold on. So at some point this was £6. Not bad. I think I paid less. Nobody wants them. Looks like all the parts are there. Again, it's a straightforward, rather nice, simple little building. So I'll get on with it. There's all the little parts put on. So basically windows, doors, shutters, that kind of thing. The colours are remarkable. I think that's probably the politest thing to say. I think ordinarily I would have painted them before taking them off the sprue. But as I'm trying to do that, build it as it is kind of concept, then let's put it together as it's meant to be. I can always paint it later. So it's ready for the sort of major construction. Oh no, I've got to put the very nice textured window backing. I'm getting very fond of that. That's good. So that's next. Where's my scissors? Yes, it does, doesn't it? How odd, how very odd. The model, it is done. All the bits are stuck on. Glue's still fresh here and there. And here we have a white, blue and orange house. Just extraordinary. It does need a paint job, doesn't it? I'm going to do that separately, so we can say, there we are, the model is done, and this is what it looks like. If you want one of these, there are plenty of them on eBay. Going for various prices, I have to say. It was a nice model to make, I'll give it that. It just flew together. It took, all in all, from start to finish, an hour almost exactly, and it was a lovely, pleasurable thing to do. But the colours are just hideous. I'm not going outside with this on because it's so unrealistic. I think it will just look worse. And we've been having terrible weather lately, so it's not going to do it any favours at all. But there it is with this little partner. You can see the basic layout is the same. Same roof, same base, pretty much the same floor plan. Let's do them in parallel. So there we are. There's just those specific qualities like the... Oh, hello. Nasty join there. Come on. Oops, still soft. So yeah, there's these little extensions are slightly different, and of course the detail around doors and windows. And that's it. Like I say, I'll paint that, and probably a couple of other things need a bit of smartening up, and we'll come back to them in a while. But there it is. I mean, I do like these cute little old models, so I enjoyed it very much. There it is, done. And both would look good on a model railway, handy for something like wargaming, diorama, all of that. Anyway, thank you for watching this peculiar little film, and I will be back shortly, I hope, with some other stuff. So see you soon.